Hello everybody, welcome. It's Pip here from queenpipcards.com. Hopefully you can all hear me now. I have had some technical support this week from the lovely people at StreamYard in the hopes that we can get my microphone and everything and also my camera working so it doesn't keep like dropping out, because we've had issues with that in the past. So they've suggested a few things, which is good. So let's hope we're all in this week and we don't have any tech issues. So how is everybody? Morning. Hello, Joe. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Sheila. It is 12:30. Can you imagine? Hi, Ange. Excellent. Everybody's coming on. It's lovely to see you all. Hi, Nikki. Wow, it's a busy day today. Lisa Jane. Hello, Daniel Ozzy. How are you? You're just about to go to sleep. The rest of us are like, yay, it's lunchtime. Excellent. Hi, Angela. You good? You're good to go. Everybody seems good. Excellent. Had a good weekend. Everyone had a good weekend. I had a really nice weekend. I've finished my craft retreat. All the designs are now done, dusted. I know exactly where I am with that. We closed out the retreat. So now it's all on to videoing and getting everything ready for that and doing more and more and more with my membership club. Oh, I'm so excited about that. Hi, Louisa. Yeah, really excited about my membership club. It is going to be, it's going to be amazing. I'm adding more content all the time and just thinking about launching it. Hey, Krista's on. She made it. Yay. So yeah, my membership club is going to launch very soon, at the end of this month, in fact. And I'm so looking forward to opening the doors again, because my founding members have been in and happy and having a lovely time and enjoying the membership club and everything that's in it. But now I think it's time to open the doors and let some more people in to join us. Hi. Oh, look, we've got Jane coming in from YouTube. Hi, Jane. Hi, Margaret. It's lovely to see you all. Very nice to see you. Right, I'm just going to reach behind me and get my box of goodies out for today, because I'm all sorted. So watch out for more information about the club coming soon. And if you don't know what it is, then please feel free to ask me questions. And we can talk about all things like that too. Okay, so let me swap over now that everybody's on. We're going to be talking about Delicate Dahlias, and I've got a couple of cards that I want to show you. So the first thing that I always do, always, oh, she says getting her packets out, is show you a simple note card to make. Okay, so we're going to do that. So we've got a note card with a matching envelope somewhere. There's a little envelope. And I'm using some pretty colours today. We're going with Coastal Cabana and Pool Party. And we're making a little note card, which is just great for sending to people and you know, just saying hi and hello and have a good day and all that kind of stuff. So let's turn this down here and turn it up a smidge. Ooh, there we go. Now we've got a bit more light coming into the situation. Okay, so hopefully that's looking good. Right. Oh, I've got a little bit of extra card there that I wasn't expecting. I keep leaving things in my trimmer. It's a sign of having had a good crack day, right? So, okay, so for my little note cards, I always cut my cardstock and paper, etc. So I will tell you what we have here. Jo says it's one of her favourite flowers, the dahlias. Don't tell Sean. Sean hates dahlias. I don't know why. I think they're beautiful, but he's fed up with hearing about them on Gardener's World, I think. So he's like, oh, do we have to talk about dahlias again? So I will show him these cards and see if he recognises a flower. He might not allow me to have them up on the mantelpiece. I don't know. But you never know. Who knows? Maybe I'll persuade him. Hi, Kenzie. Where are you calling in from? That's joining us in from. and Joe, one of your favourite ones. Excellent. Oh, Sheila's got a good question about the membership club. Yeah, you can. You can join for a month, and if you don't like it, then you can just cancel your membership at any time. There's no obligation to stay. You know, you just come in and see what you think. When I have my joining page, my waiting list page is going to go up imminently. Okay, and then you'll be able to read a little bit more about it, Sheila, and find out about go on the waiting list. So yeah, we can do that. Okay, so I've cut myself a piece of Coastal Cabana and a little piece of basic white, and these are just going to fit nicely on top of your note card. That's the word I'm looking for. And then I have just a little piece of Coastal Cabana and a bit of basic white spare. So this is the stamp set, and when we open it, you can see it's a double stamp set, and it's what they call a two set. This fills in everything on this side, apart from the words, obviously, fills in everything on this side. Okay, so these are your outline images, and then these are your infill images. Kenzie's from New Zealand. Hey, nice to see you. Now, it is a big flower, okay? It's a large flower. So we are going to colour it in. So we're going to need 2 large blocks, okay? So I have this is an E block, I think. Yeah, E block. And then I've got my really big block here. I can't even see what it's called. Is this an F? This might be an F. Yeah, my F blocks. It's massive, okay? But you could also do it on a Stamparatus, or you could just have 2 of these, which would make it a bit easier. Or you could just switch them in and out in between. I'm just being lazy because I'm on camera, and I want to do, you know, I want to share it quickly rather than cleaning everything in between. Joe says it's only available as a freebie. There's a great question. Yes, this is a stamp set, and it is a £90 set. So £5 worth of goodies, and you get. So we're going to be looking at a few of the things that you might want to get to your £90. Obviously, at the moment, I'm talking note cards and envelopes and stuff like that, but they're not in the expect, and they are new stampers. Oh, messy, very messy bits of yeah. I must get some new ones. I'm going to use this one. You can choose whether you this or use a different of choice. Okay. Depending on what you want to do. Now, two colours. I thought this would look like a Delight in the So Saffron. I thought that would look really nice as a good combination. I'm going to just repeat what I've already done, which you should have seen on the little preview. But if you haven't seen it on the little preview, let me show you what we're doing. Here we go. So very simple pull card. There we go. Really simple with the infill there. So I'm going to outline it in Coastal Cabana. Make sure you get the whole image covered. Then make sure you know which way up it is. So find the distinguishing petal. I'm finding. Oh, it's choppy. Oh, that's not good. Is anybody having? Is it worse or better now? Can you hear me at all now? I'm going to wait because there's a little bit of a delay. Because maybe it's my microphone on my phone that's not working. That's better. Okay. So now my microphone on my phone's not working, but now my microphone on my I think that's okay now. Okay, Sheila, I don't know why yours is now frozen because everybody else is saying I'm okay. So you can see me? This is all working okay? Okay. Very bizarre. Honestly, if it's not the camera, it's the sound. It's because of where I live. I can only get 5 meg upload speed. Anyway, so what I was trying to say is, okay, I'll shout. It's because it's all the way over here on my laptop. Okay, so so what I was trying to say was that you need to find a distinguishing petal on your flower so that you know which way up your flower goes. So there's this one that kind of crosses over with a little pokey bit out, but there's also there's one that stands out down here just on its own. So I'm going to use that as my, either my top or my bottom. I haven't decided yet. Probably my top. I'm going to use that as my top. Okay. So find something that you can recognize which way up it is. Okay. And then that, keep that in your head, because then what you have to do is line up the other one. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do this. When they finally upgrade my road and I actually get proper internet speed, we'll all be fine. But they keep building new houses and they don't add any more extra internet. So, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. It happens everywhere, doesn't it? Okay, so now what we're doing is now we're trying to line up with that piece at the top. Not that way. Must be this way. No, I've lost it again. Where did I put it? That one? No, no, okay. Doesn't help because I can't see right over the top. Where am I going? Oh, I've put it down somewhere and I've lost where I am. Is that it? Ha! There we go. That's it. So, see that sticky outy bit up there? I just put it on my block roll. So we're just going to line that up, line it up, line it up, line it up, put it down, press. Okay. And because it's photopolymer, you just have to let it soak in a little bit more than you would do on rubber. Lift it up, and there you have it. And you have it in, it's in sort of varying degrees of ink. So you can see that it's kind of lined up. I got it wrong a little bit there, but the rest of it's okay. I got it perfect on this one. Doing it live in front of you guys, that's what it is. So, but yeah, so there we go. So that's that. And then I stamped the sentiment on a piece of spare basic white. That one I chose Oh So Happy For You. This one I think I might do Thank You Kindly, because I like Thank You Kindly. It's a nice sentiment and good one to use. And the great thing is it fits beautifully into our double oval punch. So this one that punches out a scallop and a plain oval. So if you use the plain oval, pop that in, you can see how easily that lines up, like so. There we go. Drop that out, pull that out. Then we'll take a piece of Coastal Cabana and punch the large oval behind. And then that just pops straight on there. So that's really simple, really quick and easy. Great card for a new card maker. This would be what I would call a getting going card. Okay, so somebody who's never made cards before. It's a little technical because the stamping, bit of stamping, but and you know, we're using a punch, but it's very easy. We're just getting going with our creativity. And then we'll pop these up on our Coastal Cabana layer, and then straight onto our card base, or our note card in this case. I mean, you could make a bigger version of this quite easily and put it up onto a normal size card. That would also look great. There we go. And then if you wanted to, you can just do that finishing touch on your envelope, as we always like to do. I'll do that in a second. And that's to just have a little bit of colour on your envelope. So we'll get the Coastal Cabana back out again. You don't need to do all of it, just some of it. And then turn that over and pop that down, just so that you get a nice outline. Ooh, whoops. Don't drop it though. There we go. Like so. That's all right, actually. Didn't catch. Phew. Okay. Don't drop it. That's always a good thing. So I was reading I was reading Kenzie's comment. You have problems stamping sentiments that are photopolymer. Oh, okay. Tell me more. Why do you have problems stamping those ones? As in getting them straight, or lining it up, or ink, or what issues do you have, Kenzie? You tell us and we'll talk about it. Hi Paula, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. So I'm just finishing this one off with a couple of dimensionals on the back and the center, so we have no soggy middles. There we go. And then the other one I added a little faceted gem, elegant faceted gem to, which you could do that in the center, or you can just leave it as is, so it's entirely up to you. I just added, I don't know if you can see here, yeah, you can see. So I just added a little gem here, and I haven't added one there, but that's up to you. Entirely up to you. Okay, so that's our really simple. They seem to stick to the paper and never stamp a lovely clear image. Okay, so sticking to the paper, yes, absolutely, I can understand that, especially when they're new. My suggestion would be to clean them a bit more. There's mine. So the more you clean them, the less sticky I find they become. And also, if you have enough ink on them, they shouldn't stick. So it's about the right pressure, not pressing too hard, not pressing too softly, but just the right amount of pressure to allow the ink to absorb into the paper and then lift off. But make sure that it's clean and that it's not brand new. If it's brand new, it may stick. And the bigger the image or the bigger the sentiment, it might stick. So yeah, that is a thing. Absolutely, it could stick if you have like this one did on my envelope, because I wasn't paying attention. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Hi Janice, good evening to you. I know where you are, but it's still lunchtime here for us. So hopefully everyone's eating whilst we're chatting and keeping themselves, sustained. Oh, you use Stays On. Oh yeah, okay. Stays On will stick. There's nothing you can do about that, because Stays On is a pigment ink, solvent based, so it will be sticky. It's like Versamark, so we're going to move on to the use of Versamark, and that will also stick. So if you want to help with that, then use a Stamparatus and use your magnets to hold the paper down, or just give yourself enough space and room on the paper to hold it while you stamp. Like so, stamp, then you can hold the stamp with one hand and then take the paper off with the other. Does that help? Because yeah, if you're using Stays On, it will always stick. There's not much you can do about that, unfortunately. Right, cleaning these off. But it's a lovely crisp black, so I understand why you want to use it. It is gorgeous. Right, now, here's the tricky bit, getting it back in the case in the right thing. That doesn't look right to me. No, that's up there. See, this is if you get this in the right thing, then you're good to go for the other times. Trying to get them back in the same position, because they are actually a mirror, so I should have remembered that when I pulled it off. Okay. So for my next card, which you've also seen, hopefully, on my little thing. So we've got this one. This one, very simple. Next card is a stepped up card, kind of taking it to the next level, really. But it isn't actually that difficult, which is why I'm doing it live. And if you're a new card maker, you might want to do this, but you might think that you can't do it, but you can. That's what I'm trying to share with you, okay? You only need a couple of things for this, but you do need a heat tool, okay? So, oh my goodness. Sorry, I've just seen Nikki's comment. Oh my goodness, Nikki, are you okay? You need to. Okay, saw that. Okay. Oh heavens, that's dreadful news. I'm so sorry. I didn't realise. You poor thing. Oh, that's just rubbish. That's nasty. That's not good at all. Well, you sit, rest up, put your feet up, and just watch. Okay, so this card just uses some of our white embossing powder. Okay, and then for this we're using my the chalk marker. Okay, just to give it a bit of texture in the middle. And it actually blurs it on the screen, but it looks so much better in real life. That looks a bit better. There we go. So yeah, it looks really nice in real life, and it's really simple. So I thought I'd share this with you. There was an Australian demonstrator who I first saw this chalk mark technique with, and then one of our team, Sarah, also did a card using white embossing, and I just thought, you know what, I love that idea. I'm going to do that with my dahlias. So we need, first off, you need some craft paper. Now the craft paper, if you've not seen it, it's hidden at the back of the catalogue, the mini catalogue. It's on page, where's my mini catalogue? I'll just tell you where it is. So first of all, it's kind of hidden. Oh, hello, something's destroyed my mini catalogue in my bag. Oh, okay, don't worry, it'll be fine soon. Ah, dear. Right, so it's on page, first off, here, okay, with the gingerbread sweet. But it's just this sort of square bit of craft looking stuff. And they do have it on a card here. I think this is it. I'm sure this is it, stamped, which looks nice, but you wouldn't necessarily know that that's what that was. And they've used it on one of these little pillow treat boxes. These are adorable, by the way, these little treat boxes. Have you seen these? Oh, I'm going to show you more with these next week, but look at these. Aren't they just the cutest? Look, so cute. Anyway, I digress. We don't talk about that bit. So it's first seen here, page 7, and you get 20 sheets for £5.50, which is a bargain, really, in anyone's book. And they come in 6x6, so you can chop and cut them, etc. And they make the perfect sizing for one of our cards. To add to that, I've added a crumb cake layer. Sorry, a crumb cake base and a basic white layer. Okay, that's it. But the crumb cake is the closest we have to craft. And when it's got a white layer around it, you don't really notice that it's actually not quite exactly the same. So that's quite handy. I've just read Joe's note. It has seen too much use. Yes, it gets, honestly, that poor thing. I'm surprised it survives really until the end of the catalogue time. But anyway, so let me show you how we do this. So for this, we're going to need some Versamark ink. Okay, so like stays on. It's a permanent ink. It's a pigment ink. Even though it's made with water, so you can wash it. It's an oil-based ink, so it washes out, but it's got oil in it. I don't understand how they do it, but I just call them pigment inks, and then I know that they're sticky. So it's the easiest way for me to describe it. But basically, you're going to be able to stick with it. So you're going to need, I'm trying to get a half decent bit of this paper. So you're going to need a bit of that. We're going to need our crafty matting again, our pierce matting again, because we're going to go over the sides. And then we need my box of, now I always put my embossing powder in a box like this. So it comes in a powder in a pot like this. And then you need a heat tool, which I've got mine over here. Nice pink one for me, although I should really have a Stampin' Up one, shouldn't I? But my pink one's trusty and it's been here for years. Okay. Not that I bought it at all to do with my hair. Well, I did. It's my favourite colour, so what the heck. So we're going to go quickly from one to t'other. Okay. So Versamark ink. It doesn't look like there's anything on it apart from a blue splodge that's been left from a previous project, but it won't make any difference to your stamping. Okay, so ink that up, position it sort of centrally. And we're going to work quite quickly because we want to, I mean, Versamark gives you quite a while, but you need to let it sort of soak in, but you don't want it to dry off. And with craft ink, with craft paper, because it's so absorbent, it could sort of dry off quicker than it would on normal cardstock. Okay, so we're going to go round, round, hoping I'm not missing any ink in. So see it sticking there? That it's going to do that with any kind of pigment ink, because it is, I mean, I can lift up the whole ink pad with it. Rubber, of course, is sort of like a non-slip material, and that's why it doesn't do it with rubber, because rubber's a material that's just naturally non-slip, so things will, and non-stick, so things will just, you know, come off quite easily. So that's why sometimes the rubber stamps don't cause you as much sticky as these ones do. So there we go. Hopefully that explains that a little bit. Right, turn this around. I just want to do a little bit on the edge and a little bit. Now the only thing with this is, of course, it then doesn't give you many places for your fingers to go. So just make sure you leave a little piece somewhere where you can actually pick it up. Otherwise you're going to be in trouble. Right, we don't need that anymore. Take that out of the way. Get our trusty pot out. And now, dunk. One side. Okay. Turn. Try not to brush it off your edges. And this side. And then just have a look. Just make sure you've covered everything. Yep, and you haven't got masses of white everywhere. That's good. Now, normally I would decant that back into that, but that takes some time, so we'll just put the lid on. Do that in a bit. Just make sure it's out of the way before you switch on your heat gun, because otherwise it goes everywhere. This is going to get noisy. I'll hold it over here. But you need to see it. Now, you want to heat up your tool without burning your paper. Can you see it go there? And that's the magic of embossing. Still my favourite technique out of all of them. It's going very curly, but don't worry about that. Okay, so it's gone very curly, but don't panic, because we can curl that back out again. Just when it's warm, it curls. And with that much embossing on it, it's bound to curl a little bit, but we just curl it back again, don't worry. And by the time we stick it down, it's fine. So hopefully you could see the magic of that embossing. So now it's gone this beautiful white, and it is gorgeous. And it's still my favourite technique in the world, is to do heat embossing. There's just something magical about it. Okay, so you'll work out which way up you want your card to be, and then, which is just really preference as to which way you want your dahlia to look, really. And then this is our chalk marker. So just our normal Stampin' chalk marker. And all I'm doing is adding a little bit of white to the petals. Not all of it necessarily, just adding it in. You can be quite loose with it. It's not precise or exact. You could colour it if you wanted to with your right markers. I wouldn't colour it with your blends unless you're very careful, because your blends will go straight over the white embossing and just turn the white embossing whatever colour you're colouring. So, because alcohol markers will colour pretty much anything. So, but you can certainly add colour to it using your right markers, or a Wink of Stella with some ink. That works too. But I just wanted to go for the white on white effect, because I just love it. It just looks so classy. Oh, there's my upbringing coming out. So classy, I should say. Ah, there's a bit of Lancashire coming out there. Looks so classy. Oh dear. Right, here we go. So I have some news for you guys too, which I don't know if I've actually mentioned on here before. Possibly not. But we have our World Card Making Day coming up. I'm so excited. We're aiming for 12 hours. 12 hours of crafting with everybody. Craft along. So you can join in from wherever you are around the world, because we're going to go from 9 a.m. UK time all the way through to 9 p.m. UK time. So I'm hoping that some of you from down under will definitely be able to see us up till lunchtime maybe. And then in the afternoon, evening, some of our American friends can join in and Canadian friends can join us. So 2nd of October, if you're not doing anything, you should be crafting, because it's World Card Making Day. It's a day dedicated to our craft, which is amazing. I love days dedicated to hobbies. And yeah, we're going to be doing it live here. Well, it'll be on Zoom. It won't be here. So you can join us actually on Zoom and talk to us in real life, which would be lovely. And we're going to have presentations and demos from people from the Royals, and also from my friends' team as well, and maybe some, I don't know, I'm trying for some special guests, you never know. And then we will, although they are special guests, my team and the sangritas, they are special, but I don't know if I can get anybody else to come and join us. Anyway, so we're doing that, and that's on the 2nd of October, as I said, and we're going to be going all day. So there's a special group. I'm going to link to it in here after, like nearer the time. So next week I'll give all the details out, because it's going to happen a week on Saturday, everybody. So excited about that. And it's so nice to be showcasing so many of our team, which is lovely. So I've now got some of the white baker's twine, which is part of the basic essentials baker's twine pack, and I'm going to, Sheila will be pleased to see it here. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to tie it into, I'm going to do a double knot, because it's just easier to handle when it's on shiny stuff, because this embossing goes shiny, and then that makes it harder to tie a knot. Oh, and that's my doorbell. Hang on a moment, guys. I'm going to have to disappear off and see who that is and what that is. I will be back very, very shortly. Sorry about that. Honestly, I get all the interruptions here just because I'm in. Everybody thinks I'm not doing anything. But I can understand it. Somebody was looking for their UPS delivery, but it hadn't come to me. So there we go. Right. Are you all still there? You're all still listening? It wasn't your it wasn't your doorbell, Sheila. No, you're all right. It was mine. Okay, so now tie a bow. Nearly there. Nearly there. Like so. Oops. So. Okay, I'm going to leave those strings a little bit longer at the minute so I can decide what I want to do with it in a moment. Then I'm going to add this to the front of my that's not working. Add this to the front of my card. So just, isn't it just so pretty? It's just like really elegant, I think. Really elegant. I love a bit of simply stylish. It's simply stylish, which is the kind of card I like to make. Okay, so then we'll make this a little bit bigger. Now we can see that it's on. It's not going to get in the way of anything. There we go. Trim these off. Like so. Trim that a little bit more. Just a smidge. There we go. Alrighty. And then to finish, simple, we just need a piece of basic white, and that, thank you kindly again. You could use anything really. Again, any of the sentiments would be lovely. I think this would make quite a nice sympathy card as well. One of my lovely team and friend Deborah had to make a sympathy card, and she used this suite, this stamp set for it. It was beautiful. She did it all in greys. Gorgeous it was. That's in our membership, so if you're in the membership, go and have a look at that. It's beautiful. Then we're going to pop that out kindly. It's always handy if you get a white one as well, because you can always use them. Don't throw them away. They're always useful. And then we're going to pop out a second one in craft with the leftovers from the piece that you made before, when you did the base, like the front layer for this. We'll add this, and then we'll add the rest with dimensionals to the front of the card. I'll show you how we do that too. So this is, as I say, it's a new technique because we're using the heat embossing, and we're also using the chalk marker. So that counts as, to me, that's a couple of new techniques there that some people might not have seen or done or tried. And then for the backing here, I'm going to get one of my old sheets, okay, and I'm going to use my snips because I want it to run along, I want the line to run along the middle, so we want to put enough of these in here, but we don't want to go over the centre, so sometimes it's easier to just use the bits for that rather than the actual dimensionals, if you know what I mean. So now we've got a space coming through the centre here. Probably add another little bit in there, but we'll see. Yep, should be alright. And then and then you can align that. I'm going to make this stand over here slightly this time around. Make sure that that's going through the middle. Like so. There we go. There we go. So now we have that one. So this one's a bit more central. This one's a bit more on the right, left. What do we think? Do we like? I'll slurp of my tea while you tell me what you think. And tell me whether you prefer colour or you like the white version. Tell me what you think of Delicate Dahlias. I think they're kind of classy. You like them, Joe? That's nice. Good. Which do you prefer, the infill one or the white one? I like the white. Janice likes the white. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. But they didn't actually take that long. Yes, it does, Margaret. It makes, yeah, I like this. See, this is a good comment. It makes one stamp set, same stamp set look completely different. And I like showing that off because I think if you can see something and you could use it multiple times, but it looks different, then I think it's a stamp set that's worth having because it means you're going to use it for more than just one thing. Okay. It looks modern. I like that, Nikki. Yes, it is very modern, I think. Even though it's craft, and craft to me is always vintage, which is really bizarre. But yeah, I think it does look a bit modern. Oh, thank you, Lisa Jane. That's nice. So that's those two. And then do you want another look at a different one? Yeah. See, that's always a good, another technique to see. Paula's not used the chalk marker before. Now she knows what to do with it. Yes, you can do lots with the chalk marker. I love it. It's really good for highlighting as well. So, shall I show you another card I made with it? This is going to be in your Treats on Tuesday, the instructions for this one. So if you're in my Treats on Tuesday, you'll get this tomorrow. So this one is a very me card using the Brights palette. And again, just that lovely outline. And then you inspire me. Because loads of my friends do. So there we go. That's 3 different cards. Well, yeah, 3 different cards. 2 of these ones, 1 of these ones. Which just goes to show, I think, the versatility of this stamp set, which you can get for free when you spend £90 in my store. So you could purchase a heat tool, okay, one of the heat tools, this thing, okay. It's grey, it's not pink, I'm going to tell you. You'd need a pierce mat, you need some big blocks, because you need the big blocks for the stamp set, okay. So you'd need a big block, you need a heat tool, you need your Versamark, you need some craft stock. You need some basics embossing powders. The basics ones come with white, black, clear, and white, black, and clear. I think I'll check. So yeah, so if you built up all the bits that you needed to make this card, and obviously many more, because you could buy the double oval bundle punch. Is what I'm trying to say. The double oval punch. If you built up all that with the inks and the paper and the cardstock and there's some note cards or whatever, and the twine, the essentials twine pack, it does it does add up, but it's a good foundational base. White embossing powder I use all the time, heat tool all the time, Versamark all the time. So these are good things to have in your stash, especially a big block for some of our bigger stamp sets. They're really useful, sort of fundamental basic items. But you could buy all your fundamental basics, which sometimes can be a little bit boring to buy your basics, but then you can get a beautiful free stamp set to go on top. So there you go. Jane's just made one of the cards. That's lovely, Jane. Well done. Well done, you. See you later. She's got to go back to work now. Oh, and Janice has got to go to bed because it's after midnight. Oh, yes. You sleep well, Janice. Thanks ever so much for everyone watching from down under. It's lovely to have you with us today. So if you're thinking about that and you think, yeah, maybe that is something that I might want to do, then you can just hop over to my shop, which is queenpipcards.com/store. And you can search for any of these things, okay? So heat embossing, there's a whole section on embossing in the online store. The double oval punch is the punch that I used, and then this is Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, this is Bermuda Bay, and then this is obviously the Versamark and the heat embossing. So there you go. Hopefully that's given you a bit of inspiration and picked you up on a moody Monday. I will be back again, same place, same time next week, and I would love to see you again. And then we can talk a bit more about World Card Making Day and coming along and joining us for the whole day of crafting, which would be fantastic. So have a good week. Thanks ever so much for watching. And don't forget, you can subscribe to my emails and all that jazz. And then you'll get tutorials and all fun stuff from me. So thanks ever so much for watching. You take care now until next week. See ya. Bye.